At the time, I wasn't okay with that. And I handled it like a bitch. I handled it like an idiot. And I didn't have the maturity level at the time and the mindset at the time to pull myself out of that funk and keep going.
What up, YouTube? I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks, and we are back with another burning question, all right? So, before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Trying to hit 125 subs by September, a goal with some subs, but my eyes are on the prize. Help me out, thank you. Okay, so today's question: are insecurities holding you back? Okay, and on this channel, I talk about confidence a lot. I talk about being the best version of yourself and things like that. But there's a difference, in my eyes at least, between a lack of confidence and insecurities. And I want to talk about that because I was having a discussion with some people and it came up and I found it interesting. So I wanted to dive in and figure out what insecurities men and women both have, because we're different creatures. So we're going to be insecure about different things, but everybody has their own personal insecurities, right? So let's get right into this. So we can call this an education, sure. Let's define insecure, okay? Uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, a lack of confidence. Okay, but I do think there's a difference, right? All right, so the difference between a lack of confidence and being insecure is when you lack confidence, you don't believe you are worthy of something. You can be confident, but at the same time, still be insecure about something. You can be a guy who's 5'2", have all the confidence in the world, but your height still bothers you. That's still something you may be insecure about, but it may not be necessarily holding you back in the confidence department, right? So, but just insecurities hold you back in life, in relationships, and everything. Let's get into that, all right? See, I think that confidence is something that is built over time. I don't think any person is just born super confident. I don't think anyone just comes into this world and they're just the most confident thing. No, I think that's something that comes over time, something that comes with you figuring yourself out as a person, the things you're good at, the gifts you have, whether you're attractive or not, whatever. But an insecurity is something that can sit with you for a lifetime. Or it's something that can be new. It can pop up at any moment, right? So insecurities, I feel like, just take mental and emotional growth to overcome. Whereas I think building confidence is something that you literally build. You step on it. You take steps up and eventually you'll become a confident person. But you build that up through things you do. So there's a difference though when it comes to insecurities between men and women. All right. And we're going to break down some of these. Now, I'm going to do the men first because I'm a man and I can speak to some of these. So let's get into those. I got 5 of each. I did the top 5 of each. And it's not necessarily anyone's top 5. This is just kind of what I came up with my research and things like that. All right. 1. Not meeting expectations or failing. As a man, we are valued on what we can provide, on things we do, what our status is.
What does a man do, Walter? A man provides for his family.
And when you don't meet certain expectations, it's something you're really insecure about. As a man myself, something I was super insecure about after I got out of college. What am I going to do? Am I going to be the man that I'm supposed to be? Am I going to attain the status that I want to have, that I feel comfortable carrying in life? It's a tough one. You know, men, we often chase dreams and goals and we do fail at them. And it's something that we are insecure about when it happens. It's not something we want to talk about. We don't want to blab to the world. We want to be great. We want to accomplish big things. As men, we're go-getters. We're We're hunters. We want to go out and make stuff happen. And that's what everyone's trying to do. And when you can't do that, it shatters you. So, number 2, height. We've discussed this a little bit on this channel. Not this past relationship advice, but the one before had a dude going crazy about his height, going nuts, man. He was snapping, and height's a big thing. A lot of guys feel like, you know, they're held back by it, that they aren't going to be respected or looked at as a masculine man because they're not tall enough. And obviously we know your height doesn't mean anything as far as who you are as a man. You can be 5 foot tall and be more of a man than a dude who's 6'5". So it doesn't matter, but that is definitely something men are insecure about. A lot of men I know, men I've talked to, stories I've read, stories I've covered here on this channel. So, number 3, relationship stability. Just like women, guys care about their relationships. Men, just like women, we don't want to die alone. Guys don't want to die alone. They want somebody to have, right? And not every guy. There's a lot of guys that are going their own way. There's a lot of guys that are doing their own thing, and that's cool. But for the guys that do care and the guys that do want relationships, hey, they care about them. And guess what? Men try and make them work. What, 70% of divorces initiated by women? Come on now. Men care about their relationships. They want them to be stable. They want them to be good. Trust me. So that is a big thing. Number 4, hair loss. Men, you know about it. You start losing your hair. You see you're going thin in some spots, whatever. Man, you feel like you're getting old. You feel like you're going to lose your attractiveness, things like that. Guess what? Men, we care about the way we look too, just like ladies do. May not be to that extent. It definitely isn't to that extent, but we do.
A year ago, I'm a bummer. I'm seeing hair here and hair there, so I started using Rogaine.
Simple, safe, clinically proven to regrow hair.
Look, nothing here, nothing here. It's all here.
Rogaine, stronger than heredity.
Man started losing his hair. It's like he's losing a piece of his identity. It sucks. But unfortunately, a lot of us go through it. We're all, hey, it's a good chance if you're watching this and you're a man, you're gonna lose your hair. And looking at my genetics, it ain't looking good for me. So, number 5, last one, showing emotion. Men, we keep stuff to ourselves. We're a steel trap a lot of times. And I know it bothers a lot of women, it eats a lot of women up, but that's what we are. It is what it is. And we feel kind of vulnerable when we show ourselves in certain types of situations and certain ways. We don't want to be looked at as weak. You know, we're insecure about that. No man wants to be looked at or perceived as weak. And some guys have no problem showing their emotions, and that's cool. Some guys, they're not going to show you a damn thing. You ain't going to see nothing. Nathan. And it is what it is. But a lot of guys, we don't want to wear our heart on our sleeves. I know I don't. And it's not even just, it's just natural. It's just not me. I just don't go around and wear my heart on my sleeve. It's just not me. So now, for the women, I don't rely on the internet to tell me about women. With men, I can use the internet as a reference, but I am a man, so I can speak on men. But the ladies, I cannot. So I always survey a decent amount of women and get some consensus on some things, all right? So I did reference the internet, but most of these I got from actual ladies I spoke to, and a lot of them had a lot of the same answers, okay? So this is pretty much universal across the board. All right. Number 1, and I bet you can guess it, weight. And that doesn't just go for the big girls. That goes for the small ones too. Slim girls also insecure about weight, just like big girls are.
Are you kidding? Hi, I'm Cellulite Sally. Look at my huge badonkey. Oh, and don't forget about me. I'm back fat Betty. Now, who could have said that? Oh, yeah, it's Tina the talking tummy.
And best believe, there's skinny shaming just like there's fat shaming.
I have two comments to make. First, I want to direct this to Miss Skinny Minnie.
Which Miss Skinny Minnie?
Isn't her name Mimi or Skinny
Yeah, okay,
Minnie?
Mimi.
Well, the skinniest girl up there. Anyways.
It goes both ways. Every woman I spoke to definitely said body, weight, shape, something to that degree was the first thing that came out of their mouth. So, that's what it is. Number 2, relationship status. A lot of women want titles. A lot of women want to be married. They want to be married by a certain age. They want to have kids by a certain age. All that. And when they see their friends and other people in their family doing these things that they haven't done yet, insecurity sets in and bites, snaps. And I get it. That's something women are into. Just like men are into other things, women are into this. I don't think that's not something I'm insecure about, but as a woman, I get it. So I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Number 3, attractiveness, or am I pretty enough? Women are valued in their looks, just like men are valued in their wallet. It goes hand in hand, just like the things I said about the men's insecurities. It's just a different way. Women are measured in their looks. So when a woman doesn't feel pretty, she's gonna be insecure about that. Cover the story in the relationship advice I dropped on Friday, excuse me. Hey, that woman, her man did not think she was pretty, and it was eating her up. It was tearing her up inside. And I get it. It's just like as a man, if your woman thinks you're too broke or you don't have enough status or this or that, that will mess with you. That will mess with you. And it will make you want to do what you got to do to get that. And that's why a lot of these women go through drastic measures to look a certain way. The makeup, the fake this, the fake that, all that. Y'all know everything I'm talking about. You know everything I'm talking about. So that is what it is. Number 4. And this one I didn't think about. And you know why? Probably because I am a man and it's not something I think about. Intellectual ability. A lot of women worry, are they smart enough? And I think it's because we live in a society where, women at a certain period of time were looked at like kind of dumb. Not gonna say dumb. They just weren't looked at as intellectuals. And there's the whole, dumb blonde joke, and there's that little stereotype, that little stigma. And I never thought about it. I never thought about that. But I see it. I see what they're saying. And this is what women are telling me. And I see where they're coming from. They want to know if they're smart enough. They want to know if they're worthy. And this day and age, though, we get it. Women are pretty damn smart. All right, women are smart, especially book smart. Women are out here doing crazy stuff. Let's not act like women can't do a lot of the stuff us men can. It's just a lot of them don't want to. They are smart. A lot of women are smart. Some of the smartest people I know are women, but we're different. That's all. Number 5, age. Unlike men, women aren't typically considered to get better with age. That's why you see a lot of guys chasing younger women. You see guys in their 40s and 50s going for girls in their 20s. Women are insecure and self-conscious about that. Especially if you're not married or you haven't had kids, am I getting too old? I get it. Whereas men, we gain value typically in age because we start making more money, we get a little more mature, we start being a little wiser with our heads, things like that. A lot of men start to look better as they get older. Like, I feel like I look much better now than I did when I was like 22 and 3. I look like a little kid. But it's different there. And I understand why that would definitely be an insecurity. So that sucks. But that's life. And that's how the world goes. And that's the thing we need to understand. As men and women, we are different. We are valued differently. We are looked at differently. And we operate differently. Our minds work differently, and that is a-okay. We just have to do the best we can to understand each other and get along. So, things I'm insecure about. I mentioned a little bit when I was talking about the men's insecurity. When I got out of college, I went to college for something I probably shouldn't have, but it has helped me today in what I'm doing now with this YouTube stuff. So I can't say it was a waste, but I'd be right where I'm at still in life without college. Just would take me a lot longer to figure this stuff out. After I got out of college, I applied for a bunch of jobs and I went on interviews and I was great and I applied well. And yo, I was not getting these jobs. And I was stuck in a spot that I hated. And that made me extremely insecure. And I felt like trash. I felt like at my age and with my mind and my intelligence, I should be able to do a lot more than what I was doing. And it tore me up. It made me depressed. It depressed me. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but if you watch this video and figure it out, man, I gained a lot of weight over that time. I let myself go.
Something died in here. Hello? Door?
You hear about the cable? The Cinemax went out 2 weeks ago. The sports are all kind of fuzzy and whatnot.
Door?
And it did not help. It did not help. It made everything worse. It made everything worse. And that was a tough period. But I gotta thank my folks for kind of body shaming me and telling me I look like shit. Because them telling me I look like shit got my ass in gear. And I did a whole 180. I turned my life around. I moved up where I was at. I got out of the spot I was in and I got in a much more comfortable position, but I had to overcome that. But my insecurities were absolutely holding me back for a period of time. And I was giving up. I was giving up. I didn't have the mindset I have now that you are gonna fail at stuff. I'm gonna fail it. I'm gonna feel like I have failures while I'm doing this stuff right here. I'm new to this. I'm figuring this all out, but I'm okay with that. And at the time, I wasn't okay with that. And I handled it like a bitch. I handled it like an idiot. And I didn't have the maturity level at the time and the mindset at the time to pull myself out of that funk and keep going. All I had to do was keep going. But stupid me thinking it's the end of the world if I missed out on this or missed out on that. And it sucked because a lot of that stuff I felt like I was the guy for. I felt like I interviewed well. I felt like I did everything right and nothing was coming back. And I felt insecure in a whole bunch of ways that I'm not even going to go into, but I felt insecure in a whole bunch of ways that made me question almost everything about myself and what I was doing wrong. And I looked at it and I played this stuff back in my head over and over and over and over and tried to figure out what the hell it was I did wrong. And it wasn't clicking. But I realized it just wasn't my time. And I had to keep moving and I had to pick myself up and I had to start fresh. And that was okay. So I stopped letting them insecurities hold me back. And I don't care what you say. I feel like I can do whatever at this moment in time. I do. And that's not me being cocky or arrogant. That's just me believing in myself and my work ethic and my mindset. That's all that is. But I had to overcome those insecurities to get this way. All right? So, to answer the question, are your insecurities holding you back? They might be, man. But I'm a living testament to tell you that they don't have to. And you can get out of this funk that you're in. If you're feeling down, if anything makes you feel like you can't move forward in life, guess what? That's not true. It's not. You just gotta overcome. You gotta do things to boost your confidence elsewhere to make you overall better. There's things I know I lack in, areas I know I lack in. But I try and be as strong as possible in the areas I know I don't lack in to make up for some of them shortcomings. So, with all that said, I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. I'm going to keep giving y'all a piece of me. I'm going to keep letting y'all know my story little by little. If you guys like this, drop some comments down below. Tell me what you're insecure about. Tell me how you beat your insecurities. All right? So make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Help me hit my goal. Throw the socials right here for you. And I'm going to be back on Wednesday with a reaction, yo. Peace.
Oh, that's ISO?
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the green.